I have been in the closet for so long. I've known that I like women my entire life, but this is my first time. You know, I'm in my boss's apartment doing this very illegally. This has to be the feeling of like the stereotypical 80s movie of a guy losing his virginity, like, yeah, you know.
Hi everybody and welcome back to another video. Today I am with the beautiful Jen, all the way from Seattle, US.
Hello, my name is Jen. I'm from the United States. I'm 30 years old. I live in Seattle, Washington right now, but I'm originally from New York. In my case, I knew that I was attracted to people with at a very young age, before I even blossomed.
Oh, wow.
My first attraction experience, it wasn't sexual, but it was attraction. I was 4 years old, and it was to a girl.
Okay, that's cool. You can remember all the way back.
Oh, I cannot forget the sensations that flooded my body.
Oh, wow.
Just by being close to her. It was just a physical closeness. We were playing house, and someone was the dad, and someone was the mom, and we were just close because it was bedtime, and we had to put ourselves to bed, and we hid ourselves underneath the table, and I was just like lying on top of her awkwardly because I couldn't fit, and it was just really nice, really nice. So I've known since forever. My first was me looking at women. I did grow up in a religious environment. I actually ended up becoming a minister in my early 20s before leaving that world, where I was not allowed to be gay openly and keep my job, and nor was I allowed to be polyamorous, which was not just a lifestyle for me, but a sexual orientation for me and my primary partner. And so it was really hard to navigate that without so much shame and having to hide when already this is a population that has to hide in mainstream culture every day. I was a bartender server at a restaurant, and a gay couple came in, 2 men, and we had a blast. I had loved serving them, and they asked me to come and work an event, like a barbecue or something on the deck of their building. And so they were having a big old gay party, and I was working the event in a bikini, and it was all gay men. And they had hired a woman who I guess had served them at another restaurant to help kind of man the door and let people into the building. This girl was very pretty. I didn't really feel an instant attraction to her. I just felt good vibes, and we were both Latina, and so we were vibing there too. And we said, let's hang out. And we eventually went and hung out. We went and saw a movie. We saw Neon Demon with Elle Fanning. We had a great date, but it wasn't a date. It was just a hangout. And I felt something, and I was starting to become more aware of my curiosity and wanting to explore more, but I was way too nervous and intimidated. And she was such a powerful, strong, sexual woman who, to my knowledge, was only straight. And to her knowledge, I was only straight. So there was no opportunity made. And so I decided to create an opportunity. I decided to have another date. This time I was actually apartment sitting for my boss. And this is when I was still a minister. So my minister boss's apartment, they were going on sabbatical. And so I was enjoying a really nice place. And I invited this girl to come over and hang out. And of course, we were going to drink, we were going to watch a movie, do fun stuff. And so I was like, you should sleep over. Which between girls is so innocent and normal. You know, you don't want your girlfriend walking home late at night in the city. It's not necessarily safe. And so you invite them to stay over if they're going to be late, or you call them an Uber.
Yeah.
And it's normal to share beds like that too. It was just formatted so normally. And then at one point, I was really trying to steer the conversation towards more intimate things, but I didn't know how. So I let technology do some of that for me. I pulled up a site that I had actually genuinely discovered and was excited about called OMG Yes. And then we're drinking tequila, we're dancing salsa, you know, having a good old night.
Very sexy. Goodness.
Sexy, but also just like that's what Latin people do.
Yeah.
And so it was time to go to bed, and we're still up talking about what we had discovered or learned from omgyes.com. And we steer the conversation toward being with a girl. And neither of us had ever done it before. We were talking about it out loud. We were like, yeah, I'd be curious to do it someday. I definitely am coming to terms with thinking I'm bi, you know. And then at one point, I decided to pop the question. It took all of the oxygen in my blood cells to do it. And I was like, we're lying in bed, like in our PJs next to each other, talking, right? And I'm just like, would you ever want to experiment with me? And she
God.
it's almost like she had been waiting for me to say it, but she
Yes.
played it so cool that to this day I still don't know what her
Yeah.
intent was. But we're going from like lying on our backs looking up at the ceiling to her like looking over at me being like, yeah. And I'm like, fuck yes.
Oh my God, that must be so hot.
I was sweating profusely. I was so nervous, so excited, so like, yeah, like this has to be the feeling of like the stereotypical 80s movie of a guy losing his virginity, like, yeah, you know.
Oh my God. Yes.
That's how I felt, and I was so nervous I couldn't handle myself. I don't think I was that nervous having sex with a guy for the first time, and that took place almost a decade prior to this moment.
Yeah.
In this case, we were both experienced with men only, and so we had our personas as like spicy Latin women with men, but we both had this feeling, and we could tell as we looked at each other like we don't know what we're doing, but like we were also very we had this intention of like, let's no pressure, like let's just explore. And so we sat in front of each other cross-legged, and we took our tops off, and I was just so like
like you turn into a teenage boy.
Oh my God, I could not be less sexy at that moment, but I was just like trying to stay in the moment, being sensual, but I was so excited and so fascinated and so realized that it was really hard to kind of keep things on the level and keep it cool and be present with her. She was in a similar place. But for me, you know, I'm in my boss's apartment doing this very illegally.
Your boss's apartment as a minister.
As a minister,
oh my, God,
my pastor's apartment.
Ever.
Yeah, I'm a bad person.
Wow.
I really enjoyed kissing her. She's really nice kisser.
God,
gorgeous lips.
I love kissing women.
Me too.
Fuck,
Such soft skin, soft
I'm
lips.
just like
it's different when they don't have facial hair.
Yeah, definitely. And I think they know how to play like with the tempo, with like the pressure, like and the speed. For me, like they go at the right pace.
She's giving me everything I've ever needed in life, right? Like I have been in the closet for so long. I've been watching Lesbian. I've known that I like women my entire life, but this is my first time, and it couldn't have been with a more gracious and like equal footing, unintimidating,
so nice.
Sweet person who was so much fun and so open with me.
Yeah.
Like we were both nervous for sure. It showed, but she was so open with me and really like gave herself to me. And I was so touched by that, how unguarded we had to be. That really struck a chord for me. I was in another relationship with a man, my ex-husband at the time, and that experience actually was really informative for me of the contrasts in the differences, and it helped me. It was the beginning of me learning that I was in something that was unhealthy. Being with a woman literally like saved my life.
Wow, that's a pretty amazing story. Like,
Yeah.
I think for your first time with a woman that's pretty much as amazing as it could have went.
Yeah, it was picture perfect. Like
It's like a movie.
Like lesbian teen sleepover.
Oh
kind of.
God.
I could be here just as easily asking you this question.
Okay, well,
And
that's good to hear in some ways.
Not because I feel incapable or like I've never done it, but just like I feel like I'm walking into something new with a new person every time. At the end of the day, you can't read minds, but what everybody universally enjoys is enthusiasm and consideration. I'm the kind of person who prefers when I'm receiving to, wash up first. So I haven't done as much spontaneous stuff unless it's with my primary partner. We know each other very well, preferences and where we can override each other's preferences, things like that. I do like to show enthusiasm, especially the first time. And so I'm more inclined to just go for it. And if they want to like pat me on the head and tell me no thank you, that's fine. If you have like some fundamental listening and observation skills, you can't go wrong with it if you're enthusiastic.
Yeah, I think so too. And I think what I feel like femme people can do pretty well is like teasing the mind a lot. I mean, of course, people can do that really well, like in no matter what gender they are. But I feel like a lot of us understand that we need mental stimulation quite a lot.
Yeah. I do.
Yeah, it's so important to me. I mean, physical stuff is nice, but if my mind is like not turned on, then it's just like almost impossible to get me going.
I definitely need presence. I can't be with a partner who's on autopilot and stay turned on.
No, absolutely not. Like I want to feel like there's this like raging chemistry between us. Oh my God. And then it's just like, oh yeah.
Finally here. My first drag in cabaret ever. I'm so ready. I'm ready to feel free. I love it.
Will I find my luck here tonight? Yes, I am right here. Feel right now. In love, obviously.